record on this. Okay. I have 85 million browsers up, so just ignore it all. All right, so I am Heat, Heather Green. I am, I guess, the leader of NGU, but I'm also on Bailey's team, and I got started with our team almost 2.5 years ago. And tonight we're just going to go over the vital behaviors of coaching. So really, people, I know for a fact, because I was, get intimidated when they come to trainings like this as a new coach and they're learning all these things. And I want you guys to know and like rest at peace with knowing that this week is really the bulk. Like, this is the bulk of what training is going to look like. And then moving forward, you're going to be getting help from your coach. You'll be getting help from all of us. You'll be getting help from this whole community. We all help each other make sure that we're doing the activities in a way and the behaviors in a way that's easy to duplicate and easy to make our jobs happen. So we're going to go over the vital behaviors of coaching, and then we'll break down a simple power hour, which is similar, if you might want to consider it, like an action hour for your business. And you don't have to spend an hour doing it. This is just what we call it in a nutshell, because it's the general income producing activities that you do as a coach to get your business off the ground. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so our primary vital behaviors as a Beachbody coach are doing personal development, being proof of the product, inviting to do this with us and share your health journey and have other people share their health journey with us, and helping people get results. You have more than likely heard your coach or people in the Beachbody world talk about these vital behaviors, because they're literally the 4 things that you need to do in this business to be successful. If you do these 4 things, more than likely you will beyond excel in your business. Okay, so personal development. Personal development is things like books. I have a whole stack right here that I just keep handy all the time. Like, I have self-love books. I have business development books. I have my I Am cards from our Bar Blend program. I have my desktop computer and my regular laptop and my phone full of podcasts and audiobooks that you can choose from. Why we do personal development is because Beachbody, our community, wants to offer all of you and all of the people in the future that you're going to help the total solution. You got signed up with a total solution package, right? It goes beyond your exercise and it goes beyond your nutritional changes. It is a mindset shift that we all make as we become coaches. So maybe your challenge this week is going to go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and look up some personal development options. So you can literally type in motivational speech, or you can type in Trent Shelton is one that a lot of us go to. Keisha Fitzgerald is one that a lot of us go to. If you reach out to your coach, I can pretty much guarantee you that she or he can guide you in the right direction, because we all should be, and most likely are, doing some form of personal development, but it looks different for everybody. I know in the beginning of my journey, my personal development was my devotionals that I read every morning, and I would share about them in my stories with the people that watched my stories. What you choose is solely dependent and based upon what you need, not just in your business, but in your life. Because oftentimes, if you choose something that just everybody else is doing, it might not always click. It might not always feel like the right thing for you. I know when I am listening or not reading, it does directly impact my attitude, my energy, the way that I run my business, the way that I help my team, the way that I help the challengers in my groups get results. So it ends up impacting all the other vital behaviors if I don't do this piece. How do you use it for your posts and how do you choose it? Ask your coach where to start. I personally have like a whole entire list of podcasts, a whole entire list of audiobooks, and a stack of books to choose from, dependent on what I need each day. I tend to get like in a routine of doing a certain thing, and then I'll switch it up every couple of weeks. Or if I'm feeling off, I go back to my like tried and true devotionals or affirmation statements or Trent Shelton calls that always smack me in the face. How to use it for your post. Typically, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, and I'll drop my tracker later if you guys want to see, because we are going to be going through a power hour in a little bit. But at the bottom of my tracker, where I do my IPAs, my income producing activities, I write down takeaways from my personal development. Or if I don't have my notebook, I put it down in my notes app and I put my takeaways from what I listened to, even if it was a 3-minute YouTube video, even if it was just a random motivational speech that you looked up to get you going for your day. I write down my takeaways and I use it to stem some form of creativity or something that might have resonated with me in relation to either my health journey, my personal life. I'm a mom of 4. So this morning I wrote down, being new at something means that you're taking responsibility for setting your new standards for new opportunities. That means that you get to choose if you're going to dive in. And for me today, I was talking with some new coaches. I was talking with new people that were going to be joining my team. So for me, you can choose to dive into your fitness journey, or you can choose to half-ass it, or you can choose to not do it at all. Yeah, the choice is up to you. And that was my biggest takeaway. So I wrote it down. And that's how in my business and how I do my posting and my reels and everything that goes along with things that you'll learn along the way. That's how I use it for my posting. The second vital behavior is being proof of the product. And this is the bread and butter outside of personal development, because like I mentioned before, personal development is going to impact all of the other vital behaviors. Proof of the product means that we want you doing the things. We want you utilizing the programs. We want you following a nutrition program. We want you listening to personal development. We want you engaging in your groups, even if it's just you and one other person, even if it's just you and your coach right now. Engage in that community. Lean into the fact that you're starting something new. Do your workout, post a sweaty selfie, and share about the food that you ate. And bam, there you go. Done. Proof of the product. You were proof of the product today if you did those 3-4 things that I just said. When you're picking your favorite products, share what you use. Share what you love. My followers and my team know I am an energized junkie. I have it at my desk. I have some in my pantry. I have some backup. No, I don't have backup at all right now, and it's not good. But I know people that do, and I know how to get some if I need it. And it's because I show it every day. I probably have at least 1 to 5 people new every day asking me what that yellow stuff is that I scoop into my mouth every morning. Because that's how much my following knows. I love my Energize. I don't drink coffee. It is my form of caffeine that helps me to keep going as a mom. So post product pictures versus posting product pictures. I don't post a ton of pictures of like my labels and things like that, but I'll explain the ingredients that are in it and why I use it versus things I used to use like energy drinks and coffee. I will post a picture or a like boomerang or something on Instagram of me making my shake versus the way that I used to go through the drive-through and just pick up something quick at Cookout. Like I'll post about things that I utilize in my everyday life, which I have like a three product thing that most of the people that follow me know that are my go-to ride or die. I will never not use them, which is the collagen, Shakeology, and Energize. So when you're sharing the benefits of the products, you don't want to be like, hey, listen, I use this pre-workout and it's really awesome. Here's every single thing on the label that you need to see so you can have all the information. You can do that in the DMs if you want to, by all means, if somebody's asking for it. But I typically am just like, you know what? This keeps me alive. It keeps me going. It helps me actually get up off my butt at 4:30 in the morning and knock out my work early in the day before my psychopath children wake up. And I know for a fact, if I am exhausted at noon or 1 or 2, I will be good with having a midday pick me up with this bad boy. And it'll help me focus the rest of the day for calls like this that are at my typical bedtime. So it's just like sharing things like that. And what I just said to you is verbatim what I would say on my stories. I will share with everybody and their brother and sister about what products I use and why they're so important to me. I will share about how Shakeology has literally changed so much for me in my diet with the nutrition and the nutrients and minerals and vitamins that are included in that bag that I no longer have to buy every month. And also counts as my breakfast or a snack. And it has adaptogens that help me address stressors in my life, and how it also provides so many immune boosting supportive things that I will never not use. And when I don't use it, I feel like butthole. So like, I will share that until I'm blue in the face. So just making sure that you're showing everything. So not just your exercise, right? Showing what you're utilizing along the way with your workouts that we're diving into, be it Fire and Flow, be it 4 weeks for everybody, be it 21-day fix. That is awesome. Our workouts are why we're here. And the workouts have truly changed my life, because before I started coaching, all I did was the workouts. But when I started implementing the products that we also get to use along with our health and fitness journey, everything like went from good to freaking phenomenal. Like it really did make a huge difference in my fitness journey. And those are things you're going to want to share about. Okay. And the third vital behavior that we really want to make sure that you guys know about is inviting. This is the quote unquote scary, yucky part that people don't like to do, and it intimidates them. But I look at inviting kind of like in a way that's exciting, because I know and I lean into the fact that I wasn't necessarily invited. And I'm grateful for that hindsight 2020, right? Because I was on some rando's team, but like I got to choose whether or not I wanted to be a part of a community that was going to share their journey with other people, right? I get to share how much my health journey and how much my coaching journey has evolved my quality of life over the last 3 years. I get to tell my story to other people through my fitness journey and through my nutrition changes and through all these things that have dramatically changed the trajectory of my life. So instead of thinking of inviting as a task that you have to do, you get to do this. You're here as a coach because you want to share how much you love everything that this community has provided for us. You get to share about how these workouts keep you off of antidepressants the way they do for me, the way that they've helped you lose weight and made you feel more confident in your skin, the way they've helped you tone up and gain muscle, and how you feel like a stronger, healthier version of yourself because you were provided these resources and tools. So instead of looking at it as a task and as a stressful ordeal, look at it as another life that you could potentially change. Look at it as an opportunity to share something with somebody that they might not have ever gotten to be a part of while they were growing up. Maybe they weren't on a sports team. Maybe they weren't a part of a community. Maybe they weren't a part of an opportunity that allowed them to feel utilized and feel useful. Maybe they needed that. Maybe they needed you. Maybe they needed this sisterhood that's going to lift them up every day on their fitness journey. Maybe they just needed somebody to freaking talk to because they were an isolated mom at home with their kids all day with nobody to talk to except for the dog. Like, you got to think about those things, because you may look at that invite as a task, but that other person may be like, holy shit, they see me. Holy crap, I get to do this. And people like actually want to be my accountability partner. Like, they want to talk to me. They want to hold me accountable. That's the way I look at inviting. I never feel like it's a daunting task. I get to meet new people every day and talk to new people every day about how they could potentially change their life and look back at it a year from now and feel nothing but grateful for saying yes. So that's the way I shifted my inviting mindset. And I know that other coaches on the Fit Crew Team Push have probably done something similar. The bus stop analogy, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I had to stop and think about it for a minute because I knew what it was. But think of inviting as a bus stop. So like, you're inviting somebody to the opportunity. Maybe they don't respond to you, but maybe they have something going on in their life that they just don't have time to respond to people on social media, and they're really busy. And you can come back to them in a month, like a bus making different stops along their route every day. And maybe you're stopping at stops 1 through 10 today. And next month, you're going to come back to 1 all over again. And they'll be ready this time because they aren't finishing out their kids' school year and trying to go to all the things and all the graduations and all the end of year parties and all the field days. And they'll be ready to have a conversation with you. So instead of them ghosting you or not responding, or they're ignoring me, maybe they're just really busy right now. Maybe they want to do everything you're talking about and everything that you're inviting them to do with you, and they just don't have the mental or emotional capacity to have a conversation right now. And you have the opportunity to come back in a month and talk to them again. What we invite to is different for everybody. I'm just going to put that out there. What I personally invite to is typically the most recent group we have going on. I personally am inviting to our Fire and Flow program that starts next week, but I'm also giving them the opportunity to know that if that is not for them, they can also choose something else. I'm also offering to them, if they are a person that was interested in our gut protocol program that we launched in March, that they have the opportunity to learn all about that if that's what they want to do. And I loved that program, so I would be more than happy to teach them all of the things and do it along with them. For Fire and Flow, it was actually approved that gut protocol nutrition program can be utilized paired with this exercise program. So I am personally, I have like a group that's just doing like Fire and Flow and not super nutrition focused. And I'm going to have a small group of people that are nutrition focused and doing Fire and Flow. So I'm actually pretty excited about that, because this nutrition program has changed a lot of people's lives on this team. Oops. Okay. We have a system that makes this easy for you. I don't know what the bottom says on this. Hold on. Okay, Thursday, we're going to be learning about the system that you go through to invite to certain things and inviting to certain groups. So let's see what the next one is. Okay, so getting people results. This is like my jam, and this is where I really get passionate, because in order for people to know, like, and trust you, they have to see that you're able to help people get results. And that's not always applicable right away. When you're a brand new coach, don't expect for you to have these huge, grandiose, like, transformations to share right off the bat, but feel free to share your coach's results. Feel free to share your team's results. Feel free to share anything that we put in, any of the new coach chats, any of the accountability groups that you're a part of, anything that's on our team pages, because that is what we are all here for. We're working together, not against each other. Like, we want everybody to win. We want everybody to succeed. We want everybody to see success in their business. So number one, we follow something called the 4-step process. This is going to start with when you add somebody to your team, you're going to be sending them a get started right email or a welcome email. I have different emails for different, like I have one that is just solely for my challengers. I have one for my coaches. It depends on what they're joining into. And more than likely, your coach will have resources to give your clients and your challengers that are doing this with you. This can be through there's like a fit kit that used to be in it. We have different like Google Docs and drives for different programs. So like you'll send them like a Google Doc that is like, all right, it's time to take measurements. It's time to choose a program. And you'll also be able to do this on the app in your BOD group, by the way. If you do not have your own BOD group, I really recommend you looking through your coaches and looking at the tracking part of this app. There is a space for you to put in your measurements. There is a space for you to put in like your nutrition every single day. There's a space for you to track your workout, and there is a space for you to track the supplement, shake, whatever that you use on your journey. So literally, as you can see, everything is in that tracker aside from your personal development. So you can literally use your BOD group or use your accountability group as a way to also hold yourself accountable as a coach, because on a lot of our trackers, and like if you buy one or if you want to like print off some of the printables we'll be able to give you, if you don't want something super simplified, there's actually a space where you write down like what personal development you listened to, what workout you did today, what Shakeology flavor did you do, and you do like affirmations, what your to-do list is, and then you'll go through the rest of the IPAs. Number two, you'll have a getting started right chat if that's your choice. If you don't want to just utilize BOD groups, some people do utilize just BOD groups. A lot of people do have Facebook chats, text message threads, or Facebook groups and things like that. It's totally up to you how you want to run your groups. When I added my first person, I started my first NGU crew chat, and it has evolved over the last 2 years, but now I know like when I add a person, they're getting added to my group, they're getting added to our sisterhood group that I utilize with Bailey, and they're getting a welcome email from me. And number three, you're gonna be their accountability partner. That's what you ask them to do with you. More than likely, when you invited them to this process, you probably asked them like, hey, like, do you want to do this with me? Do you want to be my accountability partner? We're going to do this together. So that then goes back to making sure you're being a product of the product, making sure that you're documenting your shake that you use, making sure that you're showing your sweaty selfie. And then you're also making sure you check on them. And over time, it does get to become more and more and more people that join you on this journey. But we have processes in place so that you can check in with your team more consistently without feeling like anybody's being left behind. I do really recommend that you do a chat, because I did not do that in the beginning, and I texted everybody individually. And then after about 3 months, I started my Facebook chat, and my life became a world easier instead of texting so many people every day of the week. So I do really encourage the chat thing, because it'll save you a lot of work in the long run. And then every few weeks, you're going to help the people that you get started level up. So that is either challenging them to a new program, challenging them to a new nutrition system, asking them if they're a customer, do you want to become like a preferred customer where you get discounts, you get first access to everything. You're going to be held a little bit more tightly accountable, because I don't really know how to explain why, but for me, I just tend to, because they're in a space you'll learn in your office if you've set it up that like I check in with them more consistently, because customers, eventually there's going to be hundreds of them and you want to help them all the same. And you have this process that's all the same, but because they're so closely connected to you as a preferred customer or another coach that is also running a business right alongside you, that you're more likely to like have that more tight knit accountability. Okay. So do you need to start your own BOD group? It's up to you. Like I mentioned before, I have my own BOD group. I track all my things in it, but most of my check-ins happen on Facebook or via text or phone call. That's just my preferred way of communication. I track everything though still in the BOD group. And I do believe that helps people see like you're being proof of the product. So it will also amplify them and encourage them to do the same thing. For the sake of time and learning, we do recommend that you try to utilize your coach's BOD group in the beginning so you can kind of like see how they're running things, see what's working for them. Because if you are a new coach on this team, you're with somebody that has obviously already established their coaching business. And if they're doing it and they have you on their team, more than likely, if you do it and you replicate what they're doing, it'll be easier for you in the long run. Okay. We also want you to check on your people daily. Once you have a few challengers on your team, you can create a Facebook thread, text message thread, like I already mentioned. And it's just good to make sure you're checking in with everybody. Like if you're showing up daily, make sure you're showing up for your team daily as well. And that can literally look like, even on the busiest day, sending your sweaty selfie, sending your dinner. That's it. Like if that's all you can do that day, whatever, that's it. That's still checking in with them and saying, hey, I hope you guys are doing well. This is what I did today. Let me know what you did and I'll check back later. Some of us have a little more time on our hands, so we can go in private message and ask people on our team who might need a little bit of extra help, what they do need help with and things like that. But once you have a handful of challengers, you can create your own Facebook page. You can create your own BOD group. Honestly, it's totally up to you and how you want to run your business. So don't feel like you have to do exactly what we're telling you. If you're like ready to dive in, like how I was when I started coaching, by all means, start your own BOD group. Add that one person you join, because that one person that sees you doing your stuff every day and sees your level of accountability and commitment to your health journey could be a person that wants to coach with you in a few months. You just never know. So it's totally up to you. Okay. All right. For vital behaviors, do you guys have any questions? I'm going to decrease because I can't see anybody's face right now. So you guys have questions before I go on to the power hour part? Let me see if there's anything in the chat. Oh yeah, that would have been good. Okay. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to the power hour part. Oops. Hold on. I got to share my screen again. If you guys don't have questions, I have to go back to my other screen. It literally got rid of everything. Hold on. There we go. Now I got to find it. Weird. Where did I put it? Sorry, guys. I have to move all these boxes because people's faces are in the way. Hold on real quick.
It's like 4 from the right on the bottom.
Okay, yeah, there were people's faces in the way of it, so I couldn't see anything. Oh, okay, I found it. We're Gucci. I'm not tech savvy, by the way, everybody. Bailey makes all of my graphics. Okay, here we go. Okay, so vital behavior number 3, if I can get this expanded again. Okay. Vital behavior number 3 is inviting. So this income producing activity is an actual essential part of your business. Like, if you are not inviting other people to be your accountability partner, your business doesn't grow. If you're not asking somebody to do this with you, more than likely, nobody will be joining you. If you lean into the inviting process and doing all the other parts of your income producing activities that go into an action hour, you'll be successful, hands down. So through this, you're going to be doing things like connecting with people. So getting to know people. This is just like a human natural behavior for me, at least. I'm an Enneagram 8 wing 7. So I really like people, but I also really am like, all right, let's go, let's talk, let's do this. So I struggle with small talk. And I know there's some of you guys that I've talked to on here on the new call that probably do too. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting to know people. You're going to love bomb them, which means you're going to like on their posts. You're going to comment on people's life. That's it. You're just going to be interacting with people in their life, just like your coach did for you. And eventually in time, as that trust builds up, they're going to like you a little more and they're going to know you a little more. And then when you go to invite them, they might say yes, they might say no, they might say nothing. And then you'll get on that bus and do it all over again next month. So it's really cool because it doesn't have to be this big, crazy thing that consumes all your time and energy. It's just a part of the process of coaching that, yeah, you have to spend time on, but it's not anything crazy that's going to take up your whole day. So the funnel, I don't know if I'm explaining this the way that you were envisioning, Carrie.
You're doing great. Do you want me to go over this one?
Yeah, you can go over it. I know what all of this means to me, but I don't want to dumb it down. So
yeah, no worries. I can finish this slide up.
Okay.
Okay. So the funnel is basically that, as we are inviting people to join us, you're going to feel like you run out of people to talk to if you're not adding more people into your connections, into your network. And so it's really important that you are connecting with new people and adding new people. So we're going to explain the funnel in just a second. Basically, you're adding people to your network every day. You're connecting with new people daily. That way you always have people to invite. And if you're inviting, you always have people to follow up with. So if you ever hit a point in your business where you're like, hey coach, I don't have anyone to talk to, I don't have anyone to invite anymore. It's not that you suck. You just have a funnel problem. It means you're not adding enough people into the funnel. Your first people are likely going to be friends or family members or people that already know, like, and trust you. As Heat was saying a minute ago, that's who your first people are going to be. So it's important that you don't rely completely on social media posts to find those people. You already have them in your phone contact list. You already have them on your Facebook, or maybe they're working with you, or maybe they're at your family dinners or something like that. Oh, she's getting crazy with me. So definitely don't use social media in a way that you're totally tunnel vision on the people on there and who's liking your post. Take a second to think, who do I already know that I would love to work with on this? Because the people that you invite who do join you will be the people that you're talking to daily. And that's really exciting. So for me, I went to the people that I love the most, and or maybe even people who I haven't talked to as much lately. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing this thing. And those are the people who I'm talking to every day. So you should probably do that with me. And then you get closer. The social media trap is basically what I was just talking about, that you fall into the trap of thinking that it has to be all based on your posts, when really you can have conversations with people in person or through text message or through Messenger. And then the last one is that call to actions are another good way to let people know that they can join you. If someone goes to your Instagram page or your Facebook and does like a quick scroll down and quick scroll up, they should know not just that you're really into health and fitness, but that you have an opportunity for them to join you. So call to action would be like at the end of a post saying, message me for more details, or click the link in my bio, fill out the Google form if you want more info, or the little poll that's on Instagram stories, like, yes, hit me up for more details, that kind of thing.
Okay, so power hours, aka action hours, whatever you want to call them, power pockets, whatever, are the time that we spend and set aside every day to keep our funnels full, like Carrie was just talking about. And like we do it every day. You don't just choose like Monday and Friday, this is what I'm going to do. Like you have to be consistent if you're a full-time coach, at least. Or if you at least want to like get the momentum going in your business, this is what you're going to do in order to keep this process going. And if you want help in your business, your coach is going to ask to see your power hour tracker. They're going to ask and see what you're doing and what actions you're putting in every day to prove like, this is what I'm doing. I promise you I'm doing the stuff. I still do it. I've been a coach for 2.5 years and I every day Bailey sees my tracker. Every day Bailey will get a question from me. I guarantee it. And this is how you're going to track as you get started, even if it's small in the beginning. Over time, that small bit of action is going to compound, I promise you, as long as you stay consistent. Okay, so I want everybody to get out a piece of paper, if you have one, and we're going to go over real quick how to simplify a power hour or an action hour in order to like get you going, get your business going so you can start doing the activities every day, just like we all do as coaches, to move our business forward. So you're gonna get out a piece of paper and you're gonna draw 4 boxes. So just draw a cross down your paper, up, down, wherever, 4 spaces on this piece of paper that you're going to be writing some stuff down. Do not write these words in the middle of the squares that you're writing now. Make sure you put it like you can put add in the top left corner. You can put connect in the top left corner or top right corner. I'm not good with right and left. You can put invite in the bottom left corner, and you can put follow up in the bottom right corner, whatever. Do it however you want so that you have space to write down. Okay. First, we're going to go over adding to your funnel, adding to your business, adding people to your network that are going to see your content. They're going to see you posting your sweaty selfie. They're going to see you doing all the things that show that you're being proof of the product and that you have something to offer to anybody that's willing to take it and wanting to join you and wanting to do this alongside you. So the first part of the action hour is adding people. This can be on Facebook. It can be on Instagram. It can be, I don't know what other social media.
Pete, click to the next one. It explains it.
Oh.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that was there. Okay. So it can be non-Beachbody friends. It can be people that you work with, people that you went to school with, people that you like ran track in high school with, whatever classifies like who you are. Typically those people, like for me, I have so many people on my team that I played sports with in high school, played or went to college with, that are other moms that I've met over the past 9 years, people that really are into baby things and also really like to read. So like Typically, you'll see something probably later on as a coach that is called a color wheel, and it kind of helps you narrow down people that you want to add to your funnel, people that you want to get to know and connect with. So these are names of people that you are going to be friending over time to talk to in the future. So that would be the next category, connecting. In the second box is connecting. This is going to look like a new follower message, and we can talk about what that looks like. For me personally right now, it is, let me see, let me pull it up right quick. It's a message. I think it literally says like, what's up? I'm Heather. It's really awesome to connect with you on here. I'm a mom of 4, a former javelin thrower, and I really, really love working out. It's been my outlet for multiple years now. And every time I find myself in a dark space, I head back in this direction. I've been consistent on my journey for 3 years now, and I love being able to connect with other moms who need this just as much as I did. I hope you're having a really awesome day. What brings you to my page if it's on Instagram? Or tell me something about you if it's on Facebook, because typically the people I connect with on Facebook are like friends of friends, whereas with Instagram, they're people that I'm like connecting with on other pages that I'm not super familiar with. It can be sending a birthday message. It can be wishing somebody a simple birthday message via Messenger the day before their birthday, because on Facebook you can go on the and type into the search bar birthday, and it will pull up people's birthdays that are coming up, and you can shoot them a message and just say, hey, I hope you have a freaking awesome week. I saw that your birthday's on Tuesday, and I just wanted to sneak into your inbox before your Facebook gets crazy this week and let you know that I was thinking of you and wish nothing but the best. Like something simple, like however you would talk to people is how I connect with people. I don't have like specific messages that I always send, because I typically voice to text almost everything because I like to talk a lot, and people get to know that about me because I like to like either have them hear my voice, hear their voice, or be able to say exact words that would come out of my mouth that if I type it up, it just doesn't sound like me half the time. That's just something that I have not always done. I've only like done the voice texting thing for about a year now, but it's helped me a lot. It can be text connection. So it can be like going through your phone contacts. Like I have people in my contacts on my phone that I have not talked to in probably 12, 13 years. Literally, like I have people on my phone contacts that I have probably not even bothered to connect with or reconnect with. So that's a super awesome way to do it. And you can also do the A to Z challenge on Facebook, Instagram, or via your text contacts. So that would be going through your phone book. I call it a phone book, whatever, your contacts on your phone, and just texting Amanda at the beginning of your A list and saying, hey, I have not talked to you in a hot minute. How are you doing? Like, how are things going for you? Just sending a simple message. For me, at least, that's what I would do. And if it's somebody on Facebook, sometimes they're people I know, sometimes they're people I don't know. And it would be sending a message like, hey, it's really awesome to connect with you here. Tell me a little bit about yourself since we're friends on Facebook, or something like that. Another option for connecting with people is offering freebies. So that can be our free workout samples. It can be a quick Tuesday Tasties meal or treat or whatever. Today, I am sending out a recipe for these gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free brownies that I learned how to make when I was doing gut protocol that I really, really like. And I've doctored the recipe to make it gut health approved. So anybody that like clicks my poll or whatever and like wants the recipe, I'm like sending them this recipe that I just doctored up and came up with. And that's how I'm connecting with them. It can be just sending them something thoughtful. Like, I know Jasmine on our team, she sent this message in our coach accountability chat earlier this week, just sending this really, really freaking cool message to people, just motivating them to get through their day, like saying like, hey, I hope you're doing well. If you're not, I'm here for you or whatever. I don't remember her exact words, like just giving them something inspiring to work off for the day. And I thought that was really, really cool to do for people that you're connecting with. Or it can be connecting off of questions from your posts, your polls, or your stories. And just getting to know people and their interests, their struggles, and what they're looking for on your page. When you get to invites, we've already kind of like talked about it a little bit, but how you'll get to the inviting process is with acquaintances that you have gotten to know a little bit better. They probably trust you a little bit more, and you're not just cold turkey inviting these people to something if you haven't had a conversation with them. So it's very important that you do the add and connect part first. So this would be something like saying, hey, Tiana, I saw that you just freaking crushed 4 weeks for everybody. And I think that's really awesome that you stayed so baller on your journey for the last month. I'm also going to be starting this challenge for 4 weeks for everybody next week. And I wanted to see if you wanted to do it with me this June. Is there any chance that you want details or you want to try out the free sample? It can literally be something as simple as that. You can text or call your friends and family to invite them. I actually shared with my team that I got on the phone yesterday and I made like so many phone calls to like just friends, just like people that are in my circle. Like I'm a football mom, so I called like 5 of my football mom friends up and I was like, Kyra, what's going on? You told me that you were interested in getting into a group with your exercise routine and you have not texted me back today. And I want to know what's up and I want to know what you need help with, because I know that you need help because you told me you needed help last fall. So like getting on the phone with people that you love and that you care about and that you want to share this experience with. It doesn't have to be some crazy random cold message. What you're trying to do here is help your friends and family and people that you care about on their health journey. You can post call to action polls on Instagram or Facebook. And you can like, I typically do like, I want more info, or I want more info, but I'm not quite ready yet. So if somebody says that, I'll be like, hey, Jessica, I totally saw that you clicked on my poll today. I wanted to make sure before I talk to you about all the information that is entailed with Fire and Flow, but I want to make sure, like, did you mean to do that? If not, totally cool. If you did, what about Fire and Flow intrigues you? Like just asking a question, being a human, not making it more complicated than it needs to be. And also make sure that you're inviting in your posts. So I mean, like that call to action CTA that Carrie was talking about on the previous group of slides. This is like saying you're more than welcome to join with me. Drop a heart emoji if you'd like more information. Click on the link in my bio and fill out the form and we'll chat more this weekend. Or whatever you want to say that is a question that will lead them to answer you, right? Or is a place for them to show that they're interested. Following up. I don't know if there was supposed to be something there, but following up is basically just going back and doing that inviting process over again. And if they say, yes, we got you, send your responses to your team. Not your team, but your coach that helped you get started. Make sure that if you are needing help, just don't dive in and think that you know what to say. I really recommend, unless you have done like a full training on all the things and what to say and what questions to ask and all the things, to talk to your coach, ask them what the best response would be. We're literally going to be teaching you how to get from that invite and them saying yes to answering all the questions that they might have about the journey that you're on and that they want to be on. And that'll be on Thursday. Oh, okay. When you're following up with them, your follow-ups are like a more professional thing. Like I got one from Bailey earlier, basically saying like, hey, I know you were super interested on getting started with us. And I know life happens. I know that maybe you saw my message and something came up. So be it. We have a group going in June and I wanted to see if this is the right time for you. And if it is, I'm more than happy to send you over the sample workout and information on getting you started so you can get going right with us on Tuesday next week. People will be ready when they're ready. You cannot convince them. You cannot tell them that it's the perfect thing for them if they're just not ready yet. When you give them information and continue to check back in with them through each season that they're going through, maybe this month is too busy for them, like the things I was talking about earlier. Like if you're inviting a mom right now that has more than one child, they might cut you if you add one more thing to their plate that they are not ready for right now. I'm just being honest. I have 4 kids and I have something to do every single day next week with only 3 of them. And the 4th one just has to tag along because he has no choice. So like people are busy right now. Teachers are busy right now. People in the mental health field are busy right now. People all over the world are busy right now. And if it is not the right time for them, eventually they will be ready when they are ready. And they will respond to you when that time comes. So follow-ups could also be something to offer them, like a freebie, a PD suggestion if they were watching your stories about something that resonated with you on the podcast that you listened to this morning. You could offer them a little bit of encouragement or feedback that you got from the podcast and tell them like, I'm here for you if you need anything, something as simple as that. This is something you can do between invites and it's good for maintaining the relationship. You don't just have to go from invite to follow up to invite to follow up to invite to follow up. That works sometimes, but if you're building that trust with them and building that repertoire and relationship with them, they're more likely to trust you and join you later on because they actually believe what you have to say and they actually believe that you want to help them. And we'll talk more about that on Thursday as well. So are there any questions about the action hour?
I wanted to throw in there, chances are we followed up with you guys on this call multiple times, or maybe you just said like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, yeah, I want to do this. But I followed up with Heather. She actually reached out to me and needed help. Like she wanted to get her own Beachbody account. But chances are you said no, or you ghosted your coach, or it took you a while to like say yes to coaching, or it took you a while to join the sisterhood. So my biggest tip for you getting off this call, I'm going to send like a tracker in the group chat that we want you guys to start using either now if you're ready to dive in or next week or whatever. And we want you to drop it in the chat like every night that you can. But this weekend, like when you're playing catch up, make a list, like take a piece of paper out, go through your whole contacts list, make a list of every single person that you know, close friends and family. And those are going to be your first people to talk to. They're the easiest people to talk to. For me, my first person I signed up to do this with me, and I had no clue what I was doing, you guys. I just kind of like took my coach's lead and my coach's carry on here. And even when she invited me, she was like, hey, like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but do you want to do this with me? And I was like, I don't know. I'm young. Like, I was 16. I was like, are you trying to recruit me for some weird shit? But yeah, so
I wrote her like a 4-paragraph novel introducing myself. So
novel, literally. And I was like, this bitch lives in my town, like this crazy bitch. But it was crazy. Like I just I was young, and then I got into this like it was called the Fit Crew Challenge. And I started doing the workouts. And then when I turned 18, 19, 20, like I started coaching. And it's very, very scary to start talking to people because all you do is you sense like hesitation and you sense fear of judgment. And that's normal. Like that's just like going into high school on your first day of freshman year, just like your kids are going to do. And they're going to be scared of judgment. Like it's the same thing versus talking to people. So, I mean, if I wouldn't have followed new people on Instagram, and it's not weird to go add people like Heather just talked about. It's so fun. Like when you sit down and you're like at your kitchen table working and you get to go add new people and they add you back. It's like Christmas morning and you're like, oh my God, they added me. Like, and now I have new friends, you know? And those are like brand new people that you get to bring into your circle. And talking to people is the best part about this business, because when you start with friends and family, you're able to be like, you know, to your sister, okay, like this is what I'm doing. I'm explaining it to you. I'm voice messaging. Like you're going to get confident. You're going to get hyped up. And she's either going to be like, F you, or yeah, I'm in. Like I'm in, or I'm not doing this with you, but good try. And thanks for, you know, trying to message me about it. So that's my biggest tip, is go make a list and start with your closest people in your inner circle. Even though you maybe think that like they're not going to support you, it doesn't matter. You don't know that until you go ask them. Like you can't assume anything. Like you can't judge a book by its cover. It's the same thing with, you know, close friends and family. So I wouldn't have started out my business successfully, I feel like, if I didn't ask my friends and family to do it with me. I think I had my first person was like my mom and my grandma. Of course, they supported me. I drank their shakes, like, you know, they just bought it to support me. And then, you know, my mom started doing the workout. So it's like this ripple effect of, they might not do it and they might sign up just to support you. And then you end up drinking their Shakeology. I don't know. And then your mom's like, okay, I'm actually going to do bar workouts. But it's really fun. Like you guys can really make this fun.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, for sure. Oh God, my eyes are having a seizure from the screen. I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry, this is the
Oh,
last
were you not
week.
done? I'm so sorry.
No, I didn't know I was not. I didn't know.
Okay.
So the last part of this is just to kind of recap the daily vital checklist. We can, and by weekend, I mean Bailey can make this checklist a little bit more user friendly, but we are going to also be sending, or Bailey will send, the little tracker thing that she made to make this a little bit easier for you to utilize on a daily basis. So just remember, be proof of the product, and the vital behaviors are doing your personal development, being proof of the product, which means doing a workout, using your supplements, sharing that you're doing all those things, doing a power hour daily, because that's working your business, inviting people to the opportunity, and then helping people get results, checking in on your people once somebody is signed up. So it's really like, I don't want to say it's easy, because I know in the beginning it feels overwhelming and it can feel like a lot to adjust to if you're not doing it. And if you're not a person that utilizes social media and things like that, and it does take getting used to. I was a person that used social media solely for my own accountability. But how I think you can apply your social media use is by using it as your tracker, man. Like, use it as a way to track your journey. Use it as a way to show that you do personal development. Show it that you're doing your workout. Show that you're using your supplements. Show that you're doing your work hour for the day, and show that you're getting people results and helping people along their journey. And if you're doing those things on social media, you're doing everything you got to do as a coach. I actually was telling Carrie this last week. I literally used my social media before I even became a coach as a form of accountability. I was posting every single Morning Meltdown 100 workout that I did on my stories or on a post. And if I didn't do that, I'd be like, shit, I haven't worked out in 2 days. Like, I was a new mom of 4. Like, I got lost, and now I need to make sure I check myself and get back on it. And that was before I even was on somebody's team. Like, that was before I was on Bailey's team and before I was a coach. So utilizing your social media as a way of accountability is just an easy way to show up for yourself as a coach and show up for yourself on your journey. So that's it. Does anybody have any questions? I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.
If you leave that up, I will make that real quick to put it in the chat for you guys.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me.
But yeah, ask your questions for sure.
Yeah.
If
If
you
y'all-
missed yesterday's call, did you guys watch it? I think all of you were on yesterday's call, but someone said they kept getting booted off. I don't know who that was. If you are having issues with Zoom, let us know. We can maybe help you. Just a reminder, this link is what we're using all the time. Like even tomorrow for your first team call ever, you get to come. None of us are leading it. You get to listen to a speaker if you want to listen, and just she's sharing her top business tips to like be successful in the business. So it will be very, very fun. And just know it's you know 7 p.m. Central on this call or on this link. So that'll be really fun. But don't be scared to ask questions. We're very like talkative on this team. So you gotta talk. Let us know. Did you share your personal development today in the chat? Did you do the assignment? Did you post it on your stories? I had girls that aren't even on here, but they're scared to talk on their stories. So I was like, okay, just post a boomerang of your energized. They did. Most of them did. And then I said, share like a screenshot of a podcast. They did. So don't think like you have to talk to the camera right now. If you're really intimidated by that, just share like a boomerang or share something. It doesn't have to be of your face. Like stories, you guys, using them as a journal will help you so much. And it's always good to document like your personal development. There's coaches on the team that do that every single day. They share things out of their journaling, their books, like they highlight things, they share it. You'd be surprised how much people will like watch your stories like a hawk to see that one specific thing that you've been posting every day. They'll be like, hey, where's your PD takeaway? Like, hey, where's your podcast? Like, what the fuck's going on? They like watch your stories, and it's pretty cool. But I told one of my girls, like, I started using stories as a journal, just like Heather posted on her Instagram, like for her fitness documentation. It holds you accountable, but it also like gives you a place. Like, I don't know if any of you feel that way, but if you don't hang out with people all the time, if you, I don't know, you just feel like you don't have a space to talk to people about like your fitness journey, stories are a really good tool to like get things out of your system and talk about it. So I just use it as like a journal. I just think it's my journal. So definitely do that. Like,
Yeah. Lisbeth,
challenge
if you're
yourself.
trying to talk to your camera 2 to 3 times a week, I'm gonna do that.
It can be as simple as like setting it up on your kitchen counter, making your pre-workout and putting your like podcast over it or music. And then like the next screen, it can be like, all right, about to get my workout in. And then the next screen, it could literally be you sharing what your workouts look like a workout move. Like it doesn't have to be a whole documentation of like a life story. You don't have to like talk to the camera life story. Carrie doesn't talk to the camera every day. Sometimes I don't talk to it every day, like, but I'm always on story sharing something because I want people to know like I'm there.
Can we take a quick pic?
Yeah.
Or did you guys mind have done it before I got on? That way we can, yeah.
No, we didn't take
That in
one.
the new coach chat.
Show your face if you can.
You gonna take it for us? Yay, thank you.
1, 2, 3. Okay, Cass, did you get your new flooring or what?
Yes, and I am priming right now.
Oh,
But yeah,
Very
I got it.
good.
They're gonna be here tomorrow, so it's gonna be a late night probably.
That's awesome.
Dang.
good, sis. All right, love you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you for leading tonight, Heat. That was great.
Of course. I'm gonna try to figure out how to make this a YouTube. So
Oh God, you're still recording too. You have no clue what you're doing.
I know.